Let's go to Canberra and catch up with Dave Sharma, Liberal Senator for New South Wales. Good to talk to you, Dave. A lot of speculation around on the election date today. If it was to be called this weekend, it would be April the 5th. Andrew Clennell, our political editor, says Cabinet's been scheduled for Monday. So that means the election must be called the week after, right, for April the 12th?
I think that sounds right in my calculations, but I can't say I can add a whole lot of insider wisdom to the speculation, Chris. I didn't necessarily expect to be here in Canberra this week. The Senate's sitting for estimates, but Albanese has not called an election yet, and until he does, the Parliament operates as usual, business operates as usual. So
yeah, it's the same old guessing game.
It imminently.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just on the election, just seeing Zoe Daniel there, it occurs to me that you have a good understanding of how the Teals operate because of course you won the seat of Wentworth and then lost it to Allegra Spender, so you understand how they work and the issues involved. Do you think at this election the Liberals will be able to pull back some of those Teal seats, even just a couple?
I think we will, because I think they came in on, a whole lot of, I think, quite vacuous promises about politics done differently and, every aspiration realised without any trade-offs. And I think what the electorate has seen with all of them is they've been a colossal disappointment. They haven't achieved what they've said they're going to achieve. Like every politician or every political party, they've been forced into making trade-offs between competing objectives. Politics is not being done differently because of their presence. In fact, they're accentuating some of the worst traits of politics, like huge, money determining the fate of elections and huge spending and donors influencing the outcome of elections. So I think, the electorate has, or at least, the people I speak to, have kind of got buyer's remorse with a lot of these Teals.
I think particularly when you look at Zoe Daniel and Monique Ryan, both in those Melbourne seats, they also portrayed themselves as almost small L Liberals, and they've been exposed over the 3 years to as what they obviously are, and that is more like Greens. They're hard left Greens rather than centre right or small L Liberals. We'll see what transpires there. Let's get to your side of politics and the coalition. Already Labor going in hard for a scare campaign about what you've said you'll do and what you might do. Here's the Prime Minister today.
He said he'll slash 36,000 public servants. That means less people providing support for our veterans, less people providing the support that Australians need, perhaps more robo-debt being brought back as well. These are frontline jobs assisting Australians.
Can you lose 36,000 public servants out of Canberra and people not feel the pinch around the country?
You certainly can, Chris. I think ask yourself the reverse question. Has anyone noticed anything improving because Labor has employed an extra 36,000 public servants? Are people's lives suddenly better?
Well,
I think the answer is no.
Maybe some of the cafes around the Parliamentary Triangle in Melbourne and in Canberra.
I'm sure the restaurants in Canberra are doing better, but I don't think anyone has, if you look at any metric here, people's lives have gotten progressively worse, including things that Labor claims, themselves to be the best guardians of. Medicare bulk billing rates. I mean, Medicare bulk billing rates went up every year under the Coalition. They have gone down every year under Labor. So they talk about frontline services. They're employing more people in offices in Canberra, and where the rubber hits the road, where people encounter the federal government, service times, wait times or costs are increasing.
Just quickly, before I let you go, would you be in favour, if the Coalition were to win government, of all of the ministers getting their departments to send out an email to all those public servants asking them what they've done in the last week?
Well, I'm certainly in favour of conducting a root and branch review and seeing, just because you inherit the public service a particular way, there have been divisions, departments, functions created under this Labor government that I think we would want to have a close look at as the Coalition. Now, I don't think that would necessarily go down to the individual level, but I think we want to be looking at what is the public service doing, how are we spending government money, which is ultimately taxpayers' money, right? Belongs
Absolutely.
to the public. And are we getting the best value for money out of it as we possibly can?
Yeah, that's the aim. Thanks for joining us, Dave. I appreciate it. Dave Sharma there.